So, yes, I'm here. My back still hurts and I crave death, but not as much as the people who own offices and buildings and bosses and all that stuff who are desperate to get motherfuckers back into the office. In this article from Click on Detroit, new incentives could boost satisfaction with in-person work, but few employers are making changes. I want to be clear, while this is technically a Detroit-based outlet, a lot of the notes macroly in this article are relevant nationwide. Justin Ryan Horton had two jobs. When he's not working 24-hour shifts as a firefighter, the 22-year-old is working as an administrative assistant for a local community college from his home in Colorado Springs. Firefighting, of course, not a work-from-home kind of job. So when the community college position gave Horton the choice to clock in remotely, he took it. I'm gone a lot being a firefighter. Instead of coming home and then seeing my family for a few minutes, leaving to go to my other job, I feel like I just have more time with them when I work from home. The COVID-19 pandemic upended what working looks like for millions of people. All of the peoples all around the world. And while many a job can be done in person, swaths of employers are shuttered their physical doors and move their workplaces increasingly online. Workers have since begun to return to the offices in waves for at least part of the week. Navigating the transition is an ongoing and significant hurdle for employers and workers alike, and many simply cannot fathom a return to the pre-COVID status quo, despite all of despite all the fucking octogenarians in charge of business in this country trying to do the opposite. Changing how companies approach their staffing needs. Retaining employees who don't want to work in person is an issue for companies, but relatively few employers, 13%, have introduced new incentives that would make employees more satisfied with it. About 3 in 4 human resources representatives say that retaining employees who don't want to work in the office is a problem, including 9% who call it a major problem. Another 54 of our HR representatives call it a minor problem. They're downplaying it. Only about 1/3 of HR professionals say employees at their workplace are extremely or very happy returning to the workplace. Once workers discover that remote work could be less expensive and make their life a little easier, they just wanted to keep doing it, even once the pandemic began fading away. It's not over, by the way. People are still dying of COVID. But that's neither here nor there. Marjorie Connolly, senior fellow with NOARC's Public Affairs Media Research Department, told the Associated Press in both a HR survey and a separate poll of U.S. adults, researchers found that the top factors behind an employee's desire to work from home included prioritization of their flexibility and work-life balance. Other HR representatives and employees who work from home cite the length of cost of commuting as key. Yeah. Like the thing is that when you work an 8-hour day at an office, your day is not just 8 hours. You have a commute tacked on to the beginning and end of that day, and then you also have however long it takes for you to get out the door in the morning. Now, I personally like to take an hour just so I can have my body wake up, take a shower, eat something, and mentally psych myself to leave the house. Other people just literally roll out of bed, hop in the shower, throw some clothes on, walk out the door. Everybody's different, but the fact of the matter is that your 8-hour shift isn't just 8 hours. That's when you work from home, you turn your computer off, you have, on average, an hour or two, depending on who you are, given back to yourself. That's huge. That's worth it. At the end, Bill Castellino, a professor at the Rutgers School of Management and Labor Relations, knows that flexibility is key, particularly giving employees agency for scheduling their work. Employees really value more of when to do work versus where to do work. Castellano, who is not involved in the NOARC survey, says that he added that this is a key benefit for many remote workers today and could be duplicated in physical offices with the right policy, such as having flexible start times. I gotta be honest, I'd be all for that. I'd love to do half days and stuff in the office, like come to the office in the morning, at lunch, head home, work from home the rest of the day. That'd be great. But unfortunately, people want to pretend like COVID didn't happen, and it did, and trauma and issues of people aside, you can't just ignore the fact that all of this is existing the way it is. It's sad, and it's counterproductive. So, regardless, if you want to read this story, in its entirety without my commentary, it can be found in the HIMedia Discord general forum. And if you want to listen to this watch it. This is available on YouTube, and after the fact, it will be available. The entire show will be available in podcast form at the end of the day. So yeah.